Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, so welcome back to my channel, first of all, and I have some music in the background. Hopefully it's not distracting, and the air conditioner on. I'm in my car, as you can see. Okay, so obviously you know it's been a while since I've been on, and since I've made a video. Now, I'll give you like a brief explanation as to really what happened. So one day I went on, I turned on my camera, and I went to record a video, and I started with the whole hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And I literally had nothing to say. I had ran out of ideas. It was like the equivalent of writer's block, I guess. And I kind of felt a little uninspired, and I just didn't have a message, and I didn't want to, make something up or not be, authentic. So I chose to not record that day. And then that day turned into a week and turned into a few weeks, and it just progressed from there. Now, in this time, I had a little bit of a bump in the road as far as like my diet and exercise routine go. So I, in essence, became my own inspiration for a topic for this video. So obviously in a weight loss journey, it's not a straight line from point A to point B. There's a lot of ups and downs. I've been lucky because for about 10 months I was completely, I wouldn't say perfect, but I was completely on track with my diet, with my weight loss, with my exercise, with everything. And everything was going smoothly. So nothing in particular happened. There was no specific event or person or thing that caused me to go off track, but I did go off track. And I think really what it had to do with was being probably just genuinely bored with my routine and genuinely bored with the foods that I was eating. And I think I just needed a change or a break or something along those lines. I wouldn't say that I necessarily went completely overboard, but I definitely ate things that I wouldn't eat on my plan. And I also didn't exercise, the whole time. I did exercise some days and some days I didn't, but for the most part, I wasn't consistent with my diet or my exercise routine. So luckily, sometimes, sorry, I'm like all crazy right now with my hair. Sometimes, when you're losing weight, these things do happen, where you just need a break or you feel burnt out or whatever it may be. The most important thing to remember is no matter how far off track you've gone, you always have to go back. You always have to go back to doing what makes you happy, doing what makes you feel good, what makes your body feel good, what keeps your body healthy and strong and functioning at a, great level. And for that, you really do need proper nutrition, you need proper diet, and you do need exercise. And, you also need a proper outlook, and your mental health has to be on point as well. Now, I could look back on the past few weeks and beat myself up for not being on my routine or not exercising or not eating properly the way that I know how. Or I can just decide that it was a bump in the road and these things happen and I'm human, and move on. So that's the road that I'm choosing, is to move on and to just, it's part of life. I'm, if however long I live, there will be moments like this, and it won't be a perfect journey, and no journey is perfect, and I didn't expect it to be perfect from day one. But as long as I know that that I need to get back on track eventually, and I can see the road again, and I can see my goals, then I'm okay. And as long as I go back, then it doesn't matter what happened as long as you go back. There's actually one of the weight loss people that I followed on Instagram, like before I started working out, or before I started any of this, she lost like something around like 312 pounds or something like that. And she had got down to her lowest weight. It was like a specific number. And now, for a long time now, she's been above that number, above her lowest number. So, you know, it happens to everyone. And like, I just have to remind myself that even her who, you know, was on this journey, committed for like 2 years. I mean, 2 years it took her to lose the 312 pounds, but she's still on this journey. That she had a bump in the road and she gained weight, and you know, she deals with like the ups and downs as well. So everyone does. We're all human, and things happen, you know, things happen. And as long as, you know, there's been times in the past where, you know, I've told you guys, like, I've lost weight, I've gained it back, and I never got back on my routine. And that's the mistake, never getting back on. So no matter how long you have been off your routine, get back on, because it's the only way to get to your goals. And honestly, I'll never get to my goals if I don't, you know, if I don't realize that I have to be on this journey. Like, it's a lifelong lifestyle change and not just like a day or two. And there will be moments that I feel burnt out, or there will be moments where I don't want to eat whatever I eat, you know, on a day to day, and I want change. So that might happen again, and I'll deal with it when it comes. I guess the one thing that I will try to make sure it doesn't happen again is the length of time that I was off track. So preferably, if I were to eat something or not exercise or whatever, I would say that a few days is acceptable, but anything past that, I don't want to repeat again. So that is what I took away from this. And I'm also just proud of myself for pulling myself back together and just recommitting and saying, okay, enough is enough. I have to recommit, because the truth is, I have so many things that I'm looking forward to and so many goals that I want to achieve that, you know, being off track is just going to slow me down and end up disappointing me as far as like my results go. So I have a weigh-in coming up in the middle of October, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I don't know if I'm dreading it or not based on me being off track for a few weeks. I mean, I'm going to be on track for a few weeks leading up to the weigh-in, so I'm hoping that'll counterbalance everything that happened. I don't necessarily know that I've gained weight or anything. I don't weigh myself. I told you guys I only weigh myself when I go to the doctor. So whatever happens at the weigh-in, whether it shows that I've gained weight or stayed the same or you know, lost a little bit, I'm still going to be moving forward, obviously, because this is life. And I acknowledge that I was off track for a few weeks, so I'm not expecting to be losing a great amount of weight coming in the middle of October, but I'm hoping for the best. And either way, I will continue on this journey, obviously, because this is the way of life that makes me feel the best and has given me the best results thus far. So another thing I wanted to just tell you, so once I made the decision, it starts with just one full day of eating healthy, one full day of making sure you go to the gym and getting plenty of water and keeping a positive mindset. And then that one good day leads into the second good day and so forth. So I'm now on my second day back on track. I feel great. I actually woke up this morning and I felt lighter. It was weird. Like, I just felt better. So yesterday I had a good day. I didn't eat as much. Actually, I didn't eat enough yesterday. I should have eaten more, which led to me being hungry at night. But it is what it is. I went to sleep and I ignored it. And then in the morning I had a good breakfast and called it a day. And now after this, I'll go home and make dinner, and it'll be a healthy dinner, obviously. And it feels good to be on track. I'm not gonna say that being off track wasn't good too, because obviously for 10 months I've been eating clean and doing all the things that I'm supposed to do. So the break from that and eating a few things that I haven't eaten in 10 months, or just like things that are not so clean, I guess, and not so, I don't know, not so boring sometimes, felt fine. I didn't feel like any, what's it called? I didn't feel like really guilt for the actual foods, but I did acknowledge to myself that it's not really the ideal way that I want to be eating. And it's not really the ideal way that I want to be living either. And I can't continue this if I want to see the results on the scale, if I want to see the results in general in my life and get to the goals that I have. So I have this specific end of year goal in my mind that I want to get to. I'm not going to tell you guys what that is right now. I'll tell it to you later on, closer to the end of the year when I get to my 1 year mark, which will be in December. And God willing, I will get to this goal. I'll be really excited. Either way, you know, this year has been amazing. I mean, I've lost already 163 pounds. You know, that's amazing in itself and reason to celebrate in itself. But just getting to this specific goal that I have in mind would be just even better. And then also, like, of course, I want to continue on my journey for myself, but I also have things like coming up next year. I booked 2 trips that I'll be traveling for, and I want to look my best for those trips, and I want to look my best in general for myself and for my life. So I'm very happy to be back on track. I also wanted to say thank you guys so much for staying with me during this time that I wasn't making videos, but I'll be back to making videos for you guys all next week. And thank you to all my new subscribers and all my subscribers in general for subscribing to my channel, for following along on my journey, for sending me positive vibes and comments and telling me all these things and stories and telling me that I inspire them and all this stuff. It really motivates me, and I do realize that making these videos really does keep me accountable, and it does keep me motivated to keep going, because I realize that there are other people that are watching my videos and maybe being motivated by them and inspired by them. So I don't want to let you guys down. I certainly don't want to let myself down. So I am back, and hopefully we'll be bringing you awesome content. So if you guys have any comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, you can leave them in the comments down below. I'm happy to be back, and I did miss you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm excited to be also back on track and working towards my goals, and hopefully getting to all the goals that I want to get to towards the ends of the year. But in general, just getting to all my goals in general, and taking every day and making the most of it and being positive. And no matter what ups and downs you're going through or struggles you're going through, just know that you can always get back up and you can always get back on track. You just have to be able to pull yourself together and do it. No one else will do it for you, and no one can lose weight for you. No one can eat healthy for you. No one can exercise for you, and no one can help you stay positive. You have to get in that mindset. You have to understand that you're human. You'll make mistakes. You'll have bumps in the road, but that does not mean that you're not trying. That does not mean that you are not successful. That just means you had a little bit of a hiccup and you're back. And when you learn from those things, when you learn from the mistakes, and when you learn from maybe a setback, it makes you stronger, and it helps you face the next hurdle in a better way and stronger. So like I said, instead of going a few weeks off plan, let's say, if I ever have a moment where I feel burnt out, or I feel that I'm bored with my routine and the foods that I eat, if I want 1 or 2 days off of that eating routine, then I may do that, but I'll keep it to 1 or 2 days and not go a few weeks again. So every setback has a lesson. You just have to want to see it, and you have to want to be able to learn from it. Otherwise, the mistake really wasn't worth it. I'm really just happy to be back on a positive track and be back working towards my goals and making videos. And I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye, guys.